Good evening. Let me cut you off here because today
You're doing the intro.
I know you're doing the intro, but today I will do the intro because of the fact that you are a special guest today. All right. So, if you'll excuse me. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the WADcast. This is episode 38. This is your humble host, Brandon, coming at you from Long Beach, California. Now, I'm joined, as always, by my wonderful, soon-to-be birthday boy, best bud, writing partner, my heterosexual life mates, Joshua Chitty. Joshua, how are you, sir?
I'm. This wasn't in the show notes that I got.
No, but, nothing was in the show notes that, I got either. Because I had no show notes at all during, my birthday. But it is your birthday tomorrow. So,
Yes.
If having kids doesn't age you, life does it itself. But you know what? Here we are. We have this wonderful show with a lot of listeners. I mean, we're just like packed out, and we have all of our fans, all like three of our fans, including our parents.
My dad doesn't know what a podcast is.
Well, like I said, including our parents, my mom, my stepdad, once in a while. Oh man. But no, so I figured that today we would actually have you as our special guest, so we can actually dissect Joshua and see what makes him tick, see what makes him function. See, we've been doing this for less than a year, this show, and in that time frame, we have not yet until today had both of us have birthdays. So I think it's only fitting that in our first year, we each have our own little birthday, extravaganza. So to speak. So today is yours, sir.
It sounds like nothing but revenge to me.
We have no cake. We have no ice cream. What we have is a whole bunch of what makes you tick. What makes you you. So,
mostly blood, guts, and
Josh,
stuff.
tell us, where are you from?
If I'm being sassy, I can say I'm from a little bit of here, a little bit of there. Military brat growing up, but specifically, if you want to know the location I was born, it was Del Rio, Texas. You should be able to hear it in my voice. My thick Texas drawl.
I would have never picked Texas at all. Ever.
No?
But you see, and that is something, people think that we've known each other for life, but you know what? We've never, aside from periodically going out for grabbing beers and me going out like once in a while to your house when I lived in Florida. Mm-hmm. We don't have like a whole lot outside of our writing and our work, and of course catching up over the phone. So these are things I didn't know about you. So from Del Rio, Texas. So then, what brought you into Jacksonville? Like, when is it that you came into play with the idea of, hey, I want to work in the industry someday?
Wow, that's you're like, okay, first, little backstory. As far as the places I've moved to, I went from Del Rio, Texas to, I want to say, Eglin Air Force Base, out in West, Florida, and then from there to Jacksonville with my mom after the whole parent split Rooney. And then from there, I went to live with my dad in Anchorage, Alaska, and then Newport News, Virginia. And then when my dad was deployed to Saudi Arabia, I went to live with my maternal grandmother here in Jacksonville when I was, I'm going to say, 13.
Okay.
And I've kind of been here pretty much ever since. Minus about a half year in South Carolina for the Army. So that takes care of when did I come here. Now, when did I know I wanted to break into the biz? There's always been the aspiration, right? The dream. But it became a serious thing for me. I would say very soon after
Josh, are you there?
first.
Having a hard time hearing you, buddy.
I'm right here.
Okay, sounds like you're fading out. Oh, and we have Israel Fernandez in the post. What's up, man? Good to see you again. And he says that there's a lot of echoing going on. You know what? Let's go ahead and use our listeners here. Israel, who's echoing? Is it myself or is it Josh?
Might be me with the way things are set up.
Okay. Oh, so it's okay. It's your birthday tomorrow. Now,
I'm supposed to be heard twice.
What's that?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
It's not my birthday, Israel. But it will be tomorrow. And thank you. I guess that's the appropriate response. But anyway, I guess around my 21st birthday, after I met my battle buddy Hart, and we were both, kind of into movies and into writing. I'd always been a writer. I've had stories not published in elementary school, but you know how the teacher binds and laminates and stuff. Yeah. I felt a lot of pride when my stories were bound like that, and honestly, one of my first forays into writing back then was, I guess you would call it fan fiction now. And I would write Ninja Turtle stories. And one of my biggest accomplishments as a young lad was writing a complete episode of Get Smart.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that was third grade. And then right around my 14th birthday, I want to say, I received my first typewriter. And I would write stories on that. But it was always more like I love to write thing, not really a I write to get money thing. And then, it was just a hobby for many years with no actual thoughts of breaking into anything. And then when I was slightly older, I wrote a novel with a friend. And you know what? I still think he might be a little irritated 20 years later that I thought the ending was horrible, so I took our 300 pages that we wrote by hand and dumped them in the garbage. I was like, it's awful. It's like, no, everything except the ending was good. We could have kept the rest. Just rewrite the ending. That's when I learned about, targeted rewriting. Whoops. And so, yeah, it was my friend Hart and I that were like, we should write a script. And I'm like, scripts? Like movies? That's a thing people do? And you're like, yeah, you're an awesome writer. Why don't you write some stuff with me? So I was like, okay. And then I started working more and more on that kind of project. And eventually I was like, you know what? I'm having more fun now than I ever have in my life as far as doing something, projects, and it just became, why not get paid for it? You're doing the work anyway. Why not get money?
So from WADcast, so then what brought you into Jacksonville? When is it that you...
Okay.
Were you testing out the feed? Brandon?
There you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. No, yeah, I was testing out the feed because I'm hearing you speak, but it hears like you're going in and out on my end, and on the actual show, I can hear like the echo that Israel was talking about. So I'm trying to figure out if that's linked. Just because I can keep up with it, but I have to piece together the missing bits that I'm not hearing you say. So
it should be fixed now, as far as I know.
Well, we're going to do this. Well, it would not be the WADcast if we had our shit together here. So
no, it would not.
All right, so let's go ahead and do a little testing. Okay, can you go ahead and just say something, testing, or whatever?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Okay. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Dee. There they are, standing in a row. Boom, boom. Okay, that's all I think I can do copyright-wise.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm still kind of hearing you go in and out on my end here. Like this, and it's like it's not that you go mute. It's just that it's like a steady level, then it's such a low level, then it's steady again, and then it's low again. So I was trying to figure that one out. But let's go ahead. That's weird. And I'm sorry.
Said that's weird. Really unusual.
I don't know what the hell is going on here, but whatever.
Might have been that new Windows update.
Well, that would probably help, especially if we're doing a show. But like I said, it would not be the WADcast if we had our shit together. Now, moving on from there, so you've gotten into working in the media and everything else. And you even took some time off, and a while back you had actually mentioned to someone that I was the one that got you back into your writing after a decent hiatus from doing it. Now, what's the hardest part, like before the hiatus and during the hiatus, from writing? What was the hardest part for you in all those instances when it comes to creativity, when it comes to coming up with ideas that you think are feasible, or like, what's your process like? I mean, like, what held you back, and what do you think helped move you forward?
I have no idea what you just said.
Because of how I worded it, or because you can't hear me?
No, it's because I was troubleshooting the audio.
Oh, God damn you. Okay. Then let's go ahead and go with the short version of what I just asked, because it was a loaded question. So let's go ahead and talk about with your writing, because you took a hiatus at one point for a while, and
I got a little down in the dumps.
Yeah, and you told me that was the one that brought you back into the whole screenwriting aspect of things. But like during the hiatus, and even before, well, skip the hiatus. Before you took your hiatus from writing, what was it like for you? Like, what were the things that you would do to try to get yourself amped up to write?
Get myself amped up to write. I never really had to do anything to get myself amped up to write. I was just really always, I don't want to say always in the mood to write, but I was always putting something down. I was always putting ideas on paper. And sometimes, I would take the time to flesh things out and create. And sometimes I would just look at something and say, it's not the time. Just put it on the back burner. And unfortunately, most of those notebooks are gone the way of a pyre. That was, like I said, it was a rough time. But there are a lot of sources for inspiration for me. And maybe this is a little bit of a cop-out answer, but I don't see things the same as everybody else. At least I don't think so. I have these crazy notions. I have these crazy ideas about a character or a premise or just a way. Like, I would look at the world and say, man, if I was in charge of everything, this is what I would change. And then at one point, I would have these wild thought, flights of fancy, like think JD from Scrubs. Right? Okay. He's just kind of in his own head. That's me all the time. Except I have like 10 trains going at once. And they're all fighting for my attention. But I would get stuck in my own head and say to myself, I wish this was real. I wish my ideas would come to fruition. And I literally had to remind myself that, oh, wait, I can make it real.
I'm listening to you again here,
if
buddy.
I write it. If I write everything down, it is real.
You there?
Yeah. absolutely here.
Okay, I'm not hearing you at all right now. I'm hearing like little spouts.
That sounds like more like it's a Skype thing.
Yeah, I'm getting like nothing here, brother.
Nothing at all, huh?
Well, now I can hear you. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, everything's, as far as the wobbles and flim flam bars, everything looks fine.
Huh. Okay. Well,
Many years with no actual thoughts of.
So I'm checking the feedback on the actual show here.
And it still has that echo?
I wrote a novel with a friend.
Huh. That is so weird. Okay, I don't know what was going on tonight. Well. Of course, the one night I want to grill you, we're having these issues.
It's the world telling you that nobody cares.
I guess not. Well, then let's move on then. What are we talking about tonight? Let's do it the way we always do it. Well, let's do it live, where people hear how we come up with our shows.
Well, before I got, we'll say, yeah, like Shanghaied. I got Shanghaied into an episode about me. I had an idea for a show about villainy.
Okay, there we go again. All right, before we got Shanghai, do you want, buddy? I'm so sorry. It just goes quiet, like when you talk at times, like for like a split second, long enough for me to not understand what you're saying because it happens in such large quantities. And it's just like on my end, like I said, like on the actual live broadcast, I'm hearing like this massive echo.
That's weird.
See, now I can hear you. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think you probably have to do an update on that computer. No, there you go. See that? I lost you mid-side there.
So it was like, huh.
That's it.
This is
oh my god,
insane. This is live podcasting for you folks.
Whoops. And so yeah, it was my friend Hart and I that were like, we should.
Yeah, like I'm listening to the feedback. It's like I'm talking to Darth Vader. Like it's one of those deals where I feel like we could do this, and I could just respond to you through, like, listening to our broadcast. But it'd be delayed, like if we were doing this halfway around the world, like a video chat.
Check the audio now.
Huh?
Check the audio now. The live stream. Let's see if it's fixed the echo.
Semicore?
Wherever.
That's not good.
That's a thing people do. Yeah. It just goes quiet, like when you talk at times, like for like a split second, long enough for me to not understand what you're saying because this is live podcasting for you folks. This is live podcasting for you folks.
One thing that I've learned.
Huh. So I'm actually getting a little annoyed here.
Weird.
I'm actually getting a little annoyed here.
I want that sound clip though. Of this is live.
I don't even know why the hell that keeps coming up. But that's in our live stream. Huh. Okay. I don't know. Over.
So what do you want to do, Brandon? What do you want to do? We can shut it down and try it again at some point.
Let's do that, just so we can make sure that we have everything on point here. That way we can actually communicate with each other, make sure all the sound levels are in check, and that we don't have any kind of like meltdowns from the lesser patient of the two of us. Because I'm over here tapping the computer like that's going to fix something. It's like, you've seen the whole 9 yards and the whole 10 yards, right?
Saw the whole 9 yards.
You never saw the sequel with Bruce Willis, the sequel where they're trying to scam the father of the guy that he killed in the first one.
No, I have not seen that.
Oh, you need to watch that one. It's funny as hell. But either way, in that movie he's being threatened. The father gangster is being threatened by Bruce Willis, and then Bruce Willis gets cut off on his end of the phone, and so the father's like, "Hello, hello," and he taps the phone like a few times on the table, like very gently. I'm like over here doing that with the laptop, like, "Hello." Yeah. So let's go ahead and shut it down, and we'll do this at another time.